Forum. Thank you for making time for this. And we hope we will hear his insight, reflection, and key takeaway, and offer us the formal closing of this event. So without further ado, because we do not want friends to miss their flight, let me invite the MOLG Alliance member, Mika Ingalls, the team leader of the MOLG, up on the stage. Anton Deligne, the deputy team leader of the MOLG. Mr. C. Sampon Pat Dao Huang, the DDG of the Ministry of Finance of the Government of Laos, DPR. U Shui Tien, who is the executive director of the Land Core Group. Phương Nguyen, I hope I do it right with your name, who is the deputy head of division of the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment of Vietnam. And finally, Madame Vanida Quang Vijay, who is so fast, thank you very much. She is the head of Secretariat at the Land Information Working Group, a network of over 40 civil society organizations and NGOs in Laos dedicated to promoting community lands rights. You could see how efficient this is. We've asked them to come up on the stage ready as to save time. And you normally say it takes two to tango, but I would say for those of you who have seen the circle dance last night called Romvong, which is a Southeast Asian dance, Jiten in circle, I would say from this forum, it takes all of us to Romvong this forum successfully. So thank you so much for your collaboration. Over to you. Please, you have 1 minute each to share your critical insight and the thing you wanted us to carry forward to the next 4 years.
So I'll be asking the question actually rather. So Mr. Sisompon Patahuang, as you were introduced at the very beginning of this forum, also you've been one of our key political partners in Lao PDR, where our head office is based. And you have quite some, I think, experience with the project here over these past 2.5 days. You've seen many of our alliance members come together to talk about critical issues. I guess the question to you would be, now heading back to Lao PDR, what would be the sort of key thoughts or takeaways that you would have from the forum for your team?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Micah, for very important questions after 2.5 day forum. So I hope that lots of my colleagues from Laos have very, own, of the key messages. But for me, that one thing that I have been impressed with is the importance of the dialogue, the cooperations to promote the RI, the land use planning, and also the contact farming approach. So learning together and also understanding lesson learned and context of each countries is also important, and how we can apply home to Laos, my countries. And one thing that's important for the responsible investment is the rule of laws. We require the rule of laws, transparencies, and working together, and together jointly, identify the challenges and how we can overcome that challenges together. I think network, cooperation, dialogue, partnership is important for us, and bring it back. Even Laos different from a little bit from Vietnam or Cambodia or Myanmar, but we share the lessons of each context of the country and apply it to each from home context. That's my impressions of what the workshop. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sisampon. And I'd like to turn to our dear friend U Shui Teng, And Uchwetain, I like through you and all people who are here to really thank the very active and engaging participation of Myanmar and Cambodia, who we know are in a very difficult situation and managing a very challenging environment, and sometimes even a very dangerous circumstance to reach partners and to work with communities. And again, we want to really thank you for this engagement. Thank all of you. And yes, in this circumstance where you stand now in Myanmar, what do you think, and as a land expert, and an important member of the civil society in Myanmar, what do you think at the end of this forum you could take back home and move this agenda forward?
Thank you very much. Firstly, I want to thank MRLG as a team, as a good partner, supporting our country, especially on land governance. I mean, developing alliance group. I just came back from the Myanmar, panel. Myanmar separate. Discussion over there. I felt very good because the message from here is, based on my learning for 3 days and also from the last event that actually I took part. Myanmar is politically, economically very complicated and in a crisis moment at this stage. As if we cannot do anything because whatever you do, if you are in country, you can be in danger at any time, at any cost. So I think in that particular moment, our friends, civil society, and also working with the local community very effectively and intensively, they prove that, if we are together, we can work together, to really implement customary tenure guidelines from ASEAN, and also responsible agriculture investment guidelines. One of the final message from it is that we need to really put two guidelines together in Myanmar, because if you look at the land governance itself, two of them are existed together. So I think it is possible to work together. I want to encourage, our friend in this room, especially from Myanmar, to join hands to work together for a new, inclusive, and accountable land governance to come. Thank you very much.
So let me now turn to our partners from Vietnam, Nguyen Thi Ha Phuong. I think I've always said that Vietnam is one of my favorite countries in the world. In the work that we do here, I think one of the things we talk about is challenges that we face, and I think Vietnam has been one of the leaders in the region in terms of seeking reforms for clear land governance, for transparency, accountability. Even in Vietnam, those are still challenging topics. They're not always easy. And so Phuong has been one of our key political partners and also technical partners, both a person who understands technical content very well, works very closely with the partners or civil society leaders, and also has much experience in her work as a civil servant for the government of Vietnam. So Phuong, having been with us for the past couple of days, what would be your main takeaway to Vietnam from this forum?
All the country in the Mekong region have a similar geography, and where we face common challenge such as climate change, the sustainable use of land, forest, of course, exclude carbon market, right? And a key point I will take back is the need to strengthen citizen participation in the monitoring how law is implemented. It's a scorecard of ZDOA from start. It has been the scorecard from ZDOA from start. It's foster the transparency and accountability and public trust And in this forum, I joined with my colleagues from government, from research and NGO. So I think we will carry the message to on the country and on the organization to bring the real message for sustainable development of our region.
Thank you, Fuang. And again, I'd like, on behalf of MRLG, to share my thanks for the collaboration with all civil society and you people who are really making your best effort to carry the voice of the communities and the most vulnerable vulnerable within those communities, indigenous people, women, youth, elders too, and to really carry this voice towards authorities at whole level and working with them. I think really we thank you for your commitment for that. And I'd like to turn to Vanida as the representative of a large civil society network in Laos. After these 3 days, what new ideas would you like to take back to your members and develop further in the future?
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank Yamaroti for having me here today, provide the opportunity for me, but not just myself, but some of our members here as well, who have the honorable opportunity to join and learn. I turn actually to my brother Soto. He's from Hmong, from PDDA, one of the members of our LIWG, who have, it's his first time travel overseas, and also first time joining this kind of event at a regional level. So I hope that he learned a lot, and also other members of our LIWG as well, which is exactly what LIWG stands for, is to provide space for our communities, our members, to learn and grow, and then act upon the commitment of us to protect the land rights of communities. So there are a couple of points. I think the first one, after 3 days, the more I learned, the more I realized that land tenure landscape is very complex and multifaceted. That's why I like to carry these kind of conversations forward. I have the opportunity to talk with researchers, to Ajahn from the Land Summer School, to fellow CSOs, to government partners. And I think as LIWG and CSOs, we need to listen a lot in order to understand and make sure that in directions we go in the future will not cause an adverse or harmful impact despite our good intentions. I think that's the first thing. And the second thing is I am very impressed about the progress that we've made, especially in Laos, with the support of Emirati on the recognitions of tenure inside forests. I want to ensure that at LIWG, we already have what we call legal calendar, where we produce every year for 15 years already. And this year, we already insist on having the topics of tenure recognition inside forests without even knowing what is the directions in the near future. But that shows that we are more than ready, and the commitment that we have to promote these informations to the communities that we're serving. And lastly, very last one, I think the platform like this is very important. And I would like to thanks to government, our government partners, and also other partners as well to make this happen. And also in Laos, there are different platforms like the Land Subsector Working Group and other focal groups. If I may, probably more representatives of communities to join, so we can have them to represent themselves, their voice, their concerns, but more importantly, their knowledge and their solutions, which I think will shape a lot of the land reform in the region and in the countries. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your insight. Next, I would like to invite Jean-Gabriel Duss, the Regional Director of the SDC, to share your observations and offering us a closing remark to this forum.
Distinguished guests and participants, esteemed colleagues from Germany and Luxembourg, honorable representative of the government of Cambodia, Laos, PDR, and Vietnam, members of the ASEAN Secretariat, distinguished representatives from civil society, academia, private sector for Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, PDR, and Myanmar, as well as development partners, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Switzerland, Germany, and Luxembourg, it's a real honor to address you today as this forum draws to a close. First, let me share the humble impressions of a first-timer, as I must apologize, like many Swiss diplomats, I tend to talk a lot about Switzerland. And in land governance, Switzerland is no exception. Land governance has not followed a single or simple model, but rather a mosaic of solutions. Our approaches are also diverse, layered, and deeply local, from village assemblies that for centuries has decided how many cows may graze a communal alp, and we love cows, to communal forest cooperation that sustainably manage shared woodlands for both local livelihoods and national environmental goals, or to modern instruments that balance private rights with public responsibility. Coming here, yes, I was aware that land governance model could be diverse and complex, and in particular in this region. But I must admit, I did not expect to encounter such a remarkable richness of experiences and solutions. The diversity of expertise in this forum has fostered rich debate and the sharing of solutions grounded in both evidence and local realities. The spirit of collaboration, respect, and learning here shows the value of advancing land and forest governance together. As honored development partners, for your generosity in sharing, your eagerness to learn, and your commitment to finding solutions, I warmly thank each of you for your invaluable contribution over these past few days. I would also like to thank sincerely the organizing team, our moderator, fantastic moderation, our translators, so many of you, and also all the one behind the scenes to make this event so exceptional. Thank you to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, this forum marks also the culmination of a decade-long Mekong Regional Land Governance project. When it began a decade ago, it was guided by a bold and simple vision. Inclusive and transparent land governance could transform lives and strengthen communities. 10 years on, we can see how that vision has translated into tangible reforms, new laws, empowered voices, and partnerships that have left a lasting mark on so many in the region. As the numbers speak powerfully, more than 40 new laws and regulations passed, building frameworks that protect rights and encourage responsible investment. Over 38 million people, smallholders, indigenous peoples, and forest-dependent communities have felt the positive impact. The legacy of your work together is further enriched by an extraordinary body of research and evidence which will continue to inform policymaking, advocacy, and grassroots action into the future. None of all these achievements would have been possible without committed alliances across government, civil society, and the private sector, as well as development partners. Congratulations to all of you. While the MRLG project reaches its conclusion, our shared responsibilities persist. Indeed, they grow even more pressing. Climate change, renewed demand for land-based investment, and shifting social landscapes challenge us all. They push all to think smarter, to work closer, and to act faster to build resilience. We must keep fostering participatory land management and community forestry. The most vulnerable to exclusion exploitation must remain our priority. Policy advances must be matched with practice. They must be backed by transparency and guided by ongoing engagement with those most affected, closest to the solutions. Let this forum mark the start of a renewed partnerships and wider reforms for action. Ladies and gentlemen, good news. Building on this legacy, Switzerland is preparing the new Mekong Land Initiative. This initiative will carry forward the lessons of MRLG, focusing on the recognition of customary tenure, the promotion of responsible agricultural investment, and closer engagement with ASEAN frameworks. Through the Mekong Land Initiative, we will remain a committed partner in strengthening land governance in the region. Progress achieved here does not end. It will expand and deepen. Importantly, the Mekong Land Initiative will not stand alone. We sincerely hope that Germany and Luxembourg will continue as valued partners. The Mekong Land Initiative will be designed to leverage and expand its reach by connecting alliances with complementary donor programs and by inviting new partners to join. So please allow me this small promotional note. We warmly welcome contributions to scale up this initiative across the Mekong region. We will also encourage private sector investment guided by the principles of responsible agriculture investment. In conclusion, our joint journey is far from over. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Switzerland, with deep appreciation to Germany and Luxembourg, I thank all of you, partners, officials, community leaders, researchers, and civil society for your dedication and your vision. May you leave this forum inspired and drive positive change in the Mekong region and beyond. I wish you a safe journey home. Finally, let me express our deepest gratitude to the Mekong Region Land Governance team. They have shown great tenacity, professionalism, and a firm commitment to keeping communities at the heart of the reforms, policies, and changes they have helped shape. So, and really, after years of hard work, they deserve more than words. So please rise with me and give them the round of applause they truly deserve. To them, chapeau, bravo, and thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Jean-Gabriel, Duss, we love your commercial. And this final thing you did, which is perfectly what I call a team huddle. The QR code, please bring it up. When the QR, please take a picture of this. This is the feedback we need from you. It's anonymous, It will take you to a Google Doc. It's anonymous. You can be candid. Be gentle with us. But do tell us what the organizing team should do more of, should do less of, and there's only 7 questions. It should take you 5 minutes to fill. Please do that later after this. Now, with that final word and this big round of applause to ourselves, because it takes all of us to rumble together to make this forum successful, we are now bringing the 4th edition of the Mekong Regional Land Forum to a close. Thank you all very much for your active participation, and I wish you a safe return home and much success to your respective missions on land governance in the Mekong region and beyond. Thank you. Akun.